Alright, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about xargs, and as you can see I've already typed a few of the commands up in there, but that's fine. Basically xargs is a command that allows you to take input from the left, piped input, and then run a command using parsed parts as the argument for that command. So here, if we did printf, I'll just demonstrate that first, and we were to print these out, it would show 1, 2, 3, each on their own line. If we then print that and pipe it over to xargs, xargs is going to take each one of these lines as its own argument to the touch command. Touch just creates a file. So this is just going to create the file 1, the file 2, and the file 3. If we run this, as you can see, we have our files. And you probably saw the other command I had queued up here, ls, which lists the contents of a directory, piped into xargs, and then remove, is going to remove every single file in the directory. So obviously you don't want to do that unless you know that you want to remove absolutely every file in whatever directory you're currently in, because that could be pretty bad news if you're running that, especially if you're like in a root like shell or something like that. So yeah, just probably stray away from that one. I'm just using it to demonstrate. Another cool feature is being able to replace text. So let's say you wanted to do the same argument, but you wanted to add a file extension. So let's say these file names up here, for some reason we couldn't actually add the extension. For whatever reason, it's coming from some unknown source, and they're really just giving us the base file name with no extension. We have to add it ourselves. So we could go and rename each file individually, which would take a long time depending on how many files there are, or we could just use xargs. And the way we would do that, let's use our input here, or sorry, our not input, our I flag here basically tells xargs, hey, we actually want to replace some of the text that we're going to use in the argument. So here's how that works. We give it the regular command that we want to run, and then we give it like a string and where we want the text to be replaced. So we would say .txt, and we would give it brackets to show where the text needs to be replaced. So that'll get replaced with 1. So the brackets will be replaced with 1. It'll turn into 1.txt, and it'll run touch 1.txt. And then it does that for each line that gets piped over to it. So here we have our files, 1.txt, 2.txt, and 3.txt. Cool. So let's go ahead and remove those. And let's pretend that, sorry, I'm popping my knuckles over here. Let's pretend that we have a different delimiter. I'm actually going to just set the same delimiter explicitly because it's easier for me. So I know I'm lazy, but that's the way it is. So let's say this delimiter, I guess actually I'm feeling adventurous. Let's just go ahead and do it. We could set our own delimiter by using the D flag and then giving it the delimiter and then the command, which will then run on each one of these arguments. So let's give it a shot. There we go. Stat1. Cool. So those are all separate files. It's not just a file called 123. So as you can see, you can set delimiters. So that's pretty much it for the video on xargs. I thought I would just keep it simple but useful. So if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, send me barrels full of money.